to a couple more items in that pack there.
See what else is there. Okay. A light. I think one thing that happened to people is when it turned dark, I said, you know, the light, the sun went down really quickly. So having a light, because if you're in the park in those conditions in the dark, you're in trouble. Some food as well as your water. So I have. Now this is a funny one. This is hand sanitizer, but you know this stuff's mostly alcohol, so this can help you make a fire. So squirt a little of that on your log and light it.
That's a great idea. I never would have
And I also carry some, you know, sort of these super matches. You know, they're big fat matches. You know, because starting a fire in the winter can be a problem. And finally, this is a garbage bag, a big leaf garbage bag. You can pull that down over yourself, and it will keep in an amazing amount of warmth in there, so you can just tear a little hole in the corner of it, stick your head out, and keep everything else in.
Insulate yourself.
Yeah.
Excellent tips. Thank you both so much for being
Thank
here
you.
today. I really do appreciate it. If you want to be a part of the Winterman Marathon, remember, when it comes to the Search and Rescue Global One team, they are all volunteers, so they obviously need funding, and that funding comes through great events like this. So visit the website. It is www.sarglobal1.ca. Don't go away. We are back in the kitchen right after this.
La la la, hey, yeah, yeah.
Welcome back to the show. If you want to live a healthier lifestyle and you want to do it from professionals, well, our next guests have opened up a beautiful new studio. It is called the Revive Life Kitchen and Wellness Studio. We're joined by Dr. Joelle Lee Villeneuve and Wendy Landon. Welcome to the show, ladies. Great to have you here.
Thank you.
So where did this concept come from?
Well, the idea is that we want to be able to help make Ottawa the healthiest city one bite at a time. And people, everybody knows you need to eat your fruits and your vegetables, but they just don't know how.
Right.
So our mission is to be able to bring that information in a demonstration way so people can actually touch the food and see the food.
Right, and so Wendy, you're one of the nutritionists on staff, and I guess you teach a series of cooking classes. What are some of those classes?
It's called the Eat Clean, Be Lean class, and basically everybody knows how to cook in the kitchen.
Right.
So I kind of put a twist on it, and obviously it's eating healthy, but taking a recipe, modifying it. You know, if you don't have something in your cupboard, well, how to alternate with other stuff that you do have in your cupboard, and using spices and herbs and making it taste really good, and not be afraid to experiment with those things.
Right.
Yeah, the other thing is that we also have kids in the kitchen, so we want to be able to work with our kids and teach them about all the foundations of healthy eating. You know, want to switch them away from fruit juices and go with whole food smoothies, things like that. The neat thing about this project is we're actually community sponsored.
Oh,
so
excellent.
we have
Great.
sponsors. We have the Horizon Kitchen has provided the cabinetry, Emerald, the granite, and Prestige Furniture, the appliances.
Wow.
So everybody in the community is on board with our project.
Well, I'm not surprised because I think people want to make a change, and as you said, Wendy, they just don't know how to do it.
That's
so
right.
This will be a great opportunity. What are you preparing
Yeah.
here right now?
Well, we're going to do a seafood bowl, soup bowl.
Okay.
Okay, so you know, the staples in my kitchen are garlic and onions.
Okay.
And that's a first start for any kind of a recipe that you're doing.
Always smells so good
I
when
know,
you're
it's just-
sauteing garlic.
And it's almost one of those things that forces you to cook, right? If you put
Exactly.
onions and garlic in a pan and you start to smell it, then your creativity just opens up
Yeah,
and it makes it
exactly.
that much easier.
Now I'm adding a little bit of vegetable broth. This is vegetarian,
Okay.
so it's gluten-free, dairy-free.
Okay.
So I'm sauteing the onions and the garlic. And then I'm going to add just a little bit of seasoning to this.
So what's in there?
This is just cumin and paprika,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
okay, with a little bit of pepper.
And the neat thing is we work together. So as Wendy does the cooking, I'm talking about the fact that onions are rich in selenium, and selenium's needed for the thyroid gland. So we
Right.
need to use selenium for our metabolism.
Okay. And along those lines, you're actually going to be talking about some of the foods that boost your metabolism.
Yeah,
today
as
well.
Wendy's cooking away and sauteing, I'll just maybe highlight a couple foods that are really rich in nutrients for metabolism. And one of them is millet. There is a tribe in the Himalayan mountains that is known for their longevity. And a great staple in their diet is millet. Millet is about 15% protein. It's
Okay.
very lean, it's gluten-free, easy to digest. So that's one of our super metabolism foods.
And with that much protein, it's great for vegetarians to add this to their
Exactly.
diet to find some protein
Exactly.
in their diet.
And we're all about making things quick and simple. And so we've got our lycopene-rich tomatoes, which are also rich in chromium for blood sugar.
Right.
But in addition, we look for pasta sauces and salsas that are sugar-free.
Okay.
And the Neal Brothers, we love this one because it's got the organic version, which is sugar-free. And that's ultimately what you want to be working with.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you've always said it when you've come on the show, Dr. Joelle, is read the labeling. And if it
Yeah.
says sugar as the first ingredient, or you can't pronounce a lot of the words that are on the labels,
Exactly.
that's a warning
Yeah,
sign, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So Wendy's tossed in some tomatoes and she's added some pasta sauce.
This is a salsa. So sometimes it's great when you don't have seasonings at home that you can actually buy already, like the tomatoes that have the seasoning in them.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's an easy
Takes the
go-to.
guesswork out
version.
of flavoring
Exactly.
your meals, which
Yeah.
is great. So, Dr. Joelle, what are some of the other metabolism boosting foods?
Yeah, so we've got avocados, and this is a simple thing you can just toss in your bag. The neat thing about avocados is they're rich in monosaturated fats. They also help to tell our body that we're full. So they signal us to release a hormone called leptin, which tells us that we are full.
I had no
That's
idea.
wonderful.
Yeah,
So it
we all need
manages
that.
your waistline.
That's right.
And what are some
Exactly.
of the other items there?
Well, we also have kale, and kale is a super green food. You can toss it in anything, a salad, a smoothie. It's really rich in fiber, acts like a toothbrush, scrubs the intestinal system.
A real
clean.
superfood. And Wendy,
Yeah.
that music means we're running out of time.
Yeah.
How would you finish off this?
So basically I would put in my shrimp and I would heat it up along with my, just for a bit of coloring, some corn.
Okay.
And then heat it up right through and then pour it into your bowl and lay some white fish on top.
Oh, very nice. Excellent. Where are you located, Dr. Joelle?
We're at Carling and Woodruff, and
Okay.
you can find us revivelife.ca.
Fantastic. Ladies, thanks so much for
Thank
joining
you.
us
You're
welcome.
today.
Great
Really
Thank you.
tips
appreciate it.
today, ladies.
That smells
wait to
absolutely
try it.
delicious. Let me
It was
lean back
so
here. and-
simple as well. All you
grab our
needed to
sheet.
do was grab a few tomatoes, some salsa, some tomato sauce, some shrimp, and then you're good to go.
You're good to go. We have a great show for you tomorrow. We've run out of time today. We'll see you then. Thanks for watching, everybody.